What's up, guys? This is my 1989 Chrysler Conquest that I thought was a Starion when I went to look at it. We'll get into the story of actually getting that later. It was really long, convoluted, probably the sketchiest thing I've ever been involved with in my life. Come here and take a look at this. So, Austin and I were kind of, the long story short is I decided I have a new job. I have a lot of new stuff that I'm doing in my life, and that's gonna keep me from going on power tour this year with Austin and Dad, which I was really bummed about. That took me about a couple of weeks to get over. So I was thinking about it, and I was just like, what do I need to do that I can have kind of like I guess a creative outlet? And I have the charger, but that's going to be a very long process to actually get to where it'll, even roll the way that we want it. So I needed a cheap rear-wheel drive car that I could probably do an LS swap in, or something like a V8 like that. And Austin was just looking on Facebook Marketplace one day, and he started sending me some Volkswagens and stuff like that. And he didn't know I was looking for a V8 car yet, or a rear-wheel drive car. And he was like, hey, here's some really cool Volkswagens. I was like, yeah, but they're front-wheel drive. I love Volkswagens, but I really need some of this rear-wheel drive. And he found one of these. He found a Conquest from I think it was 84. It was an 83 or 80. It was early. 85 or 6. It was a non-wide body car. And so I was talking to that guy. He flaked on me. People are stupid when it comes to selling stuff, because they get butthurt when people ask them questions.
Don't post your stuff on Facebook and Craigslist if you don't want to sell it.
If you don't want to sell it, then just don't post it, and then complain about people asking you to come look at it. So then I found another car in Tennessee. We're based in South Carolina. In Tennessee, that was one of these. It was a Conquest. Engine and transmission were gone. It was a little bit worked over. Looked awesome though. And so I was talking to that guy. I was gonna go get it or look at it, but most likely if I'm gonna drive that far, I'm gonna get it anyways. That was $1,300. I was like, that's not a bad deal, whatever. Well, then I started looking around, and I found this thing in Atlanta, and it was $750. And I was like, this thing must be rusty. It has the engine and transmission. They're probably totally trashed. And so talked to Dad, and I was like, hey, I want to go down there on Saturday and look at this thing. And it was a mess trying to get everything lined up as far as scheduling goes. But got down there and looked at the car, and I told Dad, I said, look, I want you to take a look at it with me. If it's rusty, I don't want it, because all I want is a good, clean chassis to work with. And he's like, yeah, it makes sense. And so we went down there and looked at this thing, and it's clean. I mean, there are a couple of little rust spots on the body where the stupid sunroof drains, because sunroofs are dumb. But other than that, this thing is solid. The engine, I actually got it to crank over and make a couple of putt noises last weekend when I was just playing around with it. But it's all here. It's a G54B, I guess is what you call these things. Fuel injection. There's only 2 big injectors. It is a turbo car. It's got an automatic transmission. So this thing, I don't think it was all the way optioned up. It doesn't have adjustable shocks and stuff. But this car is basically complete. This is
got some really good craftsmanship going on here.
Oh, dude, check this out. Watch
4
this.
T-bolt clamps.
This definitely, that's not a boost leak. Check this out. Oh no! We got full choo-choo though, so I'm super happy about that. The idea is basically to, I've got around till November before I need this car running, with a V8 in it. We have a couple of ideas as far as LS combinations we're gonna do. We're not doing turbo LS stuff. I don't need that kind of power. This car only weighs 3,000 pounds before it's been stripped out a little bit. Plan is to get it running, kind of see if this engine, because the guy told me, he said the engine smokes a lot, and I'm like, cool, whatever. It just got hot dogged as a turbo car in the 80s or 90s. We're gonna see if we can get it running. Took the battery out of it. The battery that was in it was junk. I have one key. The interior pieces are all here. It has been taken apart a little bit.
Why do we need to get it running on this motor? What's the purpose of that?
Because King Freiberger always says, if you get a project car and there's an option to make it run, get it running so you can get excited about the project. Because if you don't, it'll literally sit here for 2 years with nothing happening.
Even if you're not going to use that power
Even if I'm not
plant.
going to use this motor, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it running, and I'm going to blow it up trying it if I have to.
Because you
We're
have
gonna
to
do it
fall
for-
in love with the car before
Yes.
you start tearing it
And
apart.
I'm already in love with this car. It looks better every time I see it. I mean, it's got everything. Well, King Freiberger's right. I mean, if a car doesn't run, it kind of sits for a while, as that thing has. But hey, we have parts of that thing. We're gonna work on it. Bodywork sucks. Okay. They have posts on them. See?
Yeah, I know.
Isn't that crazy?
I took special care when we put these batteries in here to put all those caps back on them too.
Here comes 36 volts. No, I'm joking. Blow everything up. The positive to the negative and the negative to the positive.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea. I wonder if you shouldn't do this if the key's on, right? You should turn the key off, right?
No, you just don't want to go from this battery to that battery
Right.
because they're all in series. I don't know how electricity works.
Well,
I know that it works to go to this
they're
negative.
all linked together right now. You don't turn a battery on and off.
Nothing burns when I do this, so. If you smell smoke, say something.
I'm not smart enough to know whether this is a good idea or not. I really...
All I can say is this thing's fine because we're not turning the battery on. We're not surging it with extra power.
Well, I mean, batteries don't care whether they're on or off.
I'm talking about the motors and junk.
Okay.
Let's see if it'll even crank, like at all. It was pretty weak cranking. I don't know if the starter's very happy.
It's a heavy click.
Don't have good connection. Oh, who painted the freaking terminals? Ghetto butt crap.
All I know is don't get them mixed up. That chime is the same as a DSM.
This is a DSM, bro. What are you talking about? Got Dodge parts all over it.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Don't care about it. It's sketchy. Now, that thing out. Oh, she's running today, bud. Oh, yeah. What
Whoa.
the heck was that? Oh, no. We're going to get her running it. Got to fix our boost leaks first. All right, there we go. Yeah,
That fixed?
fixed.
Cool.
Oh, and also,
It's got a real coil on it.
come around here to the back. All right, guys. This is the most race car thing I've ever bought. We used to hang out at the races. When our dad used to crew for a Top Alcohol Funny Car. These are one of the few things that we ever got to partake in. One, because we were so young, and two, just couldn't do anything else. I'm gonna stick it in there. Oh, it even fits down in it. Oh, it's so heavy. Oh, filled it up a little much.
What are you running in there? Meth?
Nitro.
Nitro.
Leaves these
Nitro
weird
meth.
burn marks when you like run into another car on the road. You know that?
When nitro meth
It leaves a
dries
powder.
up, is it like a white powder?
It's like a white powder. So if you've ever seen the original Batman movie,
Yeah.
when they dehydrate all the world leaders, that's what nitro meth looks like.
When it
burns.
evaporates? Interesting. The more you know.
More you know. This is actually kind of difficult because of the space I'm working in. There you go. I'm just trying to keep this thing.
We're dumping all this in here.
But come down a little bit. We're gonna dump a couple gallons.
We're putting 5 fresh gallons of Amoco white in here.
Go white. Here, I got it now, dude. You good? Thank you.
Is it leaking?
Out the vent.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gas.
They sell this little cool.
Oh, it's dripping on you, dude.
No, it's fine.
Now what vent? Oh yeah.
The top, because I filled it up too much. They sell this cool little tube saver thing. It's like a little girdle that goes around the tube, so it doesn't bend when you're fueling up your Conquest, specifically for the Conquest.
I want a fuel hose girdle.
Yeah, I do too.
Blaine Redneck siphoned the gas out of this last weekend when we got it home.
Wait, a fuel pump.
So he disconnected the main fuel line, put a set of vice grips on the key, and jacked them up underneath the dashboard to keep the key on, because that's the only way he could figure out to keep the
Yeah,
fuel
because
pump
these
on.
things don't purge when you open a door, like
Yeah.
a German car.
Yeah.
Or like
Even then, I'm not sure the fuel pump would remain on.
Yeah, it does because since it's
Oh, until it's got
no,
too
that's
pressure.
a timer. It would turn off.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not
Anyway.
like. But it's not when you like turn the key on to accessory. It's like when you turn the key on to start. That's why older Japanese cars take longer to start, on like first start in the morning, because they don't like purge the system before you turn the key all the way to start. Oh yeah,
How big's a gas tank in this thing?
38 gallons.
38.
19.
It is actually
It's a
19
gallon
gallons.
tank.
You put it all in there.
Put it all in there.
Well, we have no idea what the inside of the tank looks like. I know what the inside of the tank looks like.
Considering that this is a 89,
I am
and from the smell, we've smelled some bad gas tanks in our time, like yours. This thing smells worse.
Yeah. The last time this thing was registered was 2004.
Was it Texas?
No, it was. Well, I think it was. It may have
I
been
think
Texas.
it was Texas. It's got a Mississippi. Purchase thing, see what happens. I don't know. Sounds rough, though. Bro, it runs!
Dude, that's freaking awesome.
$750.
That sounds better than my car.
Wait. You want to hear it go vroom vroom? I gotta figure out.
Whoa! Holy crap!
Keep going up! There's the seal in the turbo's blown.
Is it?
Yeah. This motor's fine. I did not shut it off.
Holy crap! Look at that smoke.
The seal, okay, so how I think that's possible.
Oh, we're fixing and driving this thing.
The
we're
guy-
gonna drive this thing.
That's bad. There is oil in it. I did check that. No, but when I those guys over there.
They're looking at us.
Fresh fuel, that's all it took. So if you look at this turbo, this is a tin cover where the old EGR valve used to be. So it's got an EGR delete plate. You diesel guys know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh, it's that flexible.
Yeah.
Is there any like?
There was smoke coming out of that. I'm pretty sure the seal in the turbo is blown. So yeah.
Is there any like gasket sealer underneath that even? I mean,
No,
did
but they put
did they
friggin'
dope it up with some
whatever that
Permatex or
dope crap
anything?
Is
Is that old? That's old Permatex. They were
I
really
think
just
it's
trying to.
Permatex. I think it's like actually like plumbers use it when they're doing hard lines. Did you see how long it took it to smoke though? That's why I think it's the turbo seal. Now there was a lot of oil on the actual spark plugs. He told me this engine smoked real bad. I was like, I really don't care. $750 though. It's a runner. 100% runs. Not saying how long, but it runs because it died on its own.
It did just die on its own, didn't it?
Turn it off. All right, guys. Tech tip of the day. I used to work at a tire testing facility in a top secret location. But if you want to roll tires, lay the faces together. Might be stupid. Everyone might know this. Roll the faces together, and then look. It's so easy. Don't fall over like that. Super easy, especially if they're square, not round on the top. But see, you really don't have to play with them because they're going to be leaning into each other. So you know. Wow, a little shoulder, a little dish action there, But check it out. I mean, look at that. It's kind of meaty, you know, very meaty. So let's go put these on the car and then see if we can remedy the turbo blow-by issue. Pretty sure it is the turbo. So if that's the case, then we have a working motor. We'll put it in a boat one day. It's a good boat motor.
That's what we say we're gonna do with every motor that we don't actually want in a car, but we don't want to. But we don't want to get rid of either.
Oh, this is gonna be a feat right here.
Yeah, it's not gonna be fun to get back onto that hub.
Well, that's why you do it this way.
Okay.
That's why you do a star pattern. Don't run them on all the way yet. Gotta start pulling them on.
Oh, that wasn't very tight yet.
No, I made. Well, that was a 12-point socket.
Oh yeah.
I respect Dad's tools. Click, click. Click, click. Oh, there we go. Oh, money.
Oh man. Is that cool looking?
So good.
In the last couple hours.
All right, so what we did was
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We took the turbo off. And to our suspicions, there's oil all in the cold side of the turbo and in the turbine side on the back. So there's oil everywhere. Probably coming from the turbo. Don't know for sure. But it could be coming from somewhere else. But the engine runs on all four. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it's running all the way through the intercooler and everything and getting into the motor.
What'd you do?
So we took the intake and stuff apart. The turbo came off in like 20 minutes. Some dill hole put RTV with gaskets, which I don't understand if you have a gasket why you're going to put RTV that's not even like temperature rated for an exhaust system, let alone in a freaking turbo exhaust. So that's everywhere. This is the intake from Austin's E-Talon, because the other one had a lot of cracks in it and stuff, so we just mated it to that. So we're going to see if it runs without the turbo. I've got a lot of the fittings and stuff. The oil lines plugged, coolant lines are plugged. We'll see if those actually hold. I'm kind of worried about the oil line when it might go. So we'll see. I've got the power hooked up. I don't know if I've got a good connection again. So let's take a gander. See if I've got the angle of the dangle right. Freaking passive restraint takes my arm off every time I reach in.
Come on,
Buddy.
We need more cranky now. That was it. No, that was it. Rev it up.
So we're gonna rebuild the turbo. Drive it around. Now you want to hear it? Oh yeah.
Oh, we got coolant. We got coolant. Yeah.
There's a turbo.
That's
It's the
awesome.
turbo.
It is the turbo. It's
Got a
healthy.
freaking runner for $750.
Wow.
Pulling about 10 to 12 inches of vacuum, and then the oil pressure is way up, and then the coolant isn't coming up.
Hard to tell if what we're hearing in the exhaust is bell crane noise or just the kind of noise you hear in the exhaust.
Give me some pop-up up and down headlights.
Pop up and down headlights. Pop up and down headlights. Pop up and down headlights.
Look it up.
Pop up and down headlights.
Come up here! Come up here!
Hold on.
Heck yeah! Alright guys, that's all we're gonna do right now. Next time you see it, we'll drive it somewhere. Burnout! We can't go anywhere. I don't own it yet, technically.
We'll make it do a burnout.
We'll make it do a burnout in the driveway. Yeah!